Okay, please stand to your allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So, Supervisor Whitman, Supervisor Bell, Supervisor Shea, Supervisor Jorgensen are here present, and Supervisor Miller is on the phone, right? Okay.
That is correct.
Okay. Public comment. If there's anybody from the public that wants to make a comment, they will go over to the table, read our policy, and then fill out the acknowledgement to make not the form for public comment. We will reserve about 30 minutes for public comment near the end of the meeting, but you will only get 3 minutes to speak on your topic. The board will not respond unless the chair allows it. Okay. Consent agenda. Need a motion and a second to approve.
I'll make that motion. Oh, okay.
Discussion. Liquor license and tobacco. Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, like sign. Hearing none, motion passes. Okay, introduce new hire to the board. Ginny, Barons,
Barons.
is that how you pronounce it, Barons?
So
Okay,
this is Jamie Barons. She started yesterday as a deputy auditor in the auditor's office, and we're very excited to have her. She is gonna jump into a whole lot of projects that will help make the auditor's office run a little bit more smoothly and move us forward. So welcome, Jamie. I'm very excited to have you here.
Welcome, Jamie.
welcome.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
You'll be seeing a lot of us. Next up, we got Mary Ann Hauser, auditor, discussion enters. What's that?
That was a Freudian slip, I think. Mary Ann Hauser.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. Mary Ann Hanusa, wow. That was Freudian. Wow. I apologize. I don't work. Wow.
All right.
Must've been, Snap put something in the coffee this morning. Discussion or decision to approve and authorize board resolution number 32-2025 entitled Resolution Approving Appointment of Deputy Auditor.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Chairman Belt,
Aye.
Supervisor Miller,
Aye.
Supervisor Shea.
Aye.
Supervisor Wickman.
Aye.
Supervisor Jorgensen.
Okay,
Excited. Thank you. Thanks for coming aboard.
oh, the work begins. Okay, Becky Linehan, Finance and Tax Officer, Auditor's Office, discussion and decision to approve and authorize board to sign resolution number 33-2025 entitled Appropriations Resolution to make appropriations for each of the different offices and departments for fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2025.
Good morning. This is just the required housekeeping thing that we do each year to have the resolution on file for the state auditors of the appropriated.
A motion
for
to
each
approve.
department.
I'll second that.
Any other discussion? Becky? Hearing none, roll call.
Chairman Belt,
Aye.
Supervisor Wickman.
Aye.
Supervisor Shea.
Aye.
Supervisor Jorgensen.
Aye.
Supervisor Miller.
Aye.
Okay, resolution number 34-2025 entitled Resolution for Transfer from Rural Services to Fund to Secondary Roads Fund.
Second.
I'm sorry, who moved?
Supervisor Whitman. Supervisor,
Thank
second.
you.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Chairman Belt,
Aye.
Supervisor Shea,
Aye.
Supervisor Jorgensen,
Aye.
Supervisor Miller,
Aye.
Supervisor Wickman.
Okay. Brandon Burmeister, interim engineer, discussion and or decision to approve and authorize board to sign resolution number 35-2025 entitled resolution to amend 2026 county 5-year program.
That was submitted a couple weeks ago.
Yes, sir. A couple weeks ago, we came in and amended the 2025 program to include that Tamarack Road. This is the 2026 program because you change the 25, it won't pull it forward to the 26. But going forward, this project is in 2026, so this is the only other change that.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second that.
Discussion?
Much needed.
There's a slight change. The other project is that overpass bridge. We have some grant feelers and some feelers for an at-grade crossing out there, but we weren't fiscally constrained with our federal bridge money, so we had to amend the amount down a little bit. That was the change on that one.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Chairman Belt,
Aye.
Supervisor Miller,
Aye.
Supervisor Wickman.
Aye.
Supervisor Shea.
Aye.
Supervisor Jorgensen.
Aye.
Okay, next up, Danielle Bruce, DAP Operations Supervisor.
Hold on, I think we missed, did we miss, second, did we miss the right of way? You have a right of way contract, Brandon?
Yes.
Didn't get on there, so got missed.
In the packet.
What's that?
Supervisor Miller said it's in the packet.
Yeah, it's just not on the script, so we're good. Brandon, this is a right of way project. You need to get some more room to build a new bridge.
Yes, that bridge that's on the sheet here that I set out, it's tired. We're gonna actually replace it with a 96-inch culvert. And the inlet will extend out off of the county right away, so we just need a little bit of property there. It's 91 thousandths, so 2/10 of or 2/100ths of an acre, basically. So just a small area to extend that culvert off of our current property.
And a total cost of $425.
Yes, sir.
I'll move that.
So-
Second.
So it was, she's got it part of this resolution? Is that what the deal is? Right away contract?
I mean, on our sheet, yeah, it does look like it, doesn't it?
They're two separate items. This is.
I know, I get it, Brandon. I get it. Okay. But this, it doesn't require a roll call. This contract here, I don't think.
Land acquisition. Shouldn't it?
We're acquiring property.
Yes,
It's not in the easement then.
it's just an easement. A permanent easement.
We'll get widening the easement then? Or is it all?
Yes, just to go around the end of the inlet end of a culvert.
Okay. So
It's,
was posted?
yep, it's on the agenda. We can do a roll call to create that, wait a minute. Yeah. We turn this into a resolution.
Oh,
We have to. I'm not sure we do.
Should it be put on next week's?
How, is this time sensitive, Brandon?
yeah, I'd rather we
Let's take
put it on.
Yeah, that might be the best.
I don't understand why. It's on the agenda, it's in the packet.
Not on the agenda I got.
Yeah, the question is,
Was
here,
it posted?
does it require a resolution?
Yeah, and I don't know that answer. If it's not time sensitive, it feels to me like the
Push it off.
safest is
Sure.
to.
Shut up, thank you.
So, yeah, we don't need a motion to postpone, right?
Do you want to withdraw your motion,
Sure.
Super, and your second?
You withdraw.
That was for the first one.
Yeah.
No, it was when we thought we were voting on this.
Okay, I'll withdraw.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we'll have it on next week.
So both of these items will be on.
No, just the one,
Just
the
the one.
one was
Correct.
passed. The one was on the agenda. Okay, sorry, Danielle. Put you off. Danielle Bruce, DAP Operations Supervisor, discussion and or decision to approve Director Susan Watson to sign the amended ADSC 125016 Disability Access Point Contract.
Morning, I'm here for Suzanne this morning to discuss the amendments to the contract. I think I already talked to you all about it maybe last week.
Yeah.
We did expect it to come last week. I think it came in Tuesday afternoon or Wednesday, so that's on today's agenda. The contract is basically just adding some additional funding coming in from HHS to support some programs that were already happening in the previous MHDS regions. So there's additional monies for us to maintain an IPS, help maintain sustainability of an IPS program in Northwest Iowa with Hope Haven. There's additional monies that were being given to maintain the SOAR program. So our region has operated a SOAR program and had staff providing that service as we've been in the region. So it would help us continue that service as well as identify with HHS if it's something that they could sustain or build upon across the state. And then the other funds are for program continuity, funding continuity for individuals that were getting LTSS housing or rent assistance, as well as transportation, for like long-term transportation, in both District 1 and District 4. So we were able to identify over the past few months that there were more people getting those services than what we initially thought. So they were granting us more money to help sustain those fundings for those individuals. So that's additionally in this contract. It also lays out monthly, quarterly, different reporting that we will do to the state, which we were already planning for and expecting to do. And then the last little piece of this addition is about data that has been submitted from our previous CSN system, which is operated through ISAC. That's where the regions have managed all of our information and our client information. Well, HHS had requested that regional information so they could help prepare the state for this new system. So they needed to make sure they had some language allowing for them to be given that information and what information that was. So CSN holds a lot of client information and they just needed to make sure that was in this contract to cover the HIPAA requirements. Any questions about the amendments?
No, well, I shouldn't say no, yeah. You got your monthly and quarterly reporting. Is that a standard form they give you to do?
Yeah, they're building, I think, some of those reports now. We were given some information yesterday during our meeting of some reporting that we would be doing in Excel that would be outside of the ORA system, which is the main data information system that our staff will be using for client information. So there will be some Excel spreadsheets that we're required to submit, and I believe they are supplying the templates for those spreadsheets. So I think it'll be uniform across the state as far as what we're all submitting.
Great, thank you. Kristen, have you reviewed this?
I have. I don't have any issues.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Can I get a motion and a second for Suzanne to
I will make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed, like sign. Hearing none, motion passes. Okay, thank you. I'll just leave that with Jeanette and Suzanne when she can stop signing. I think that's the original there. So,
Thank you,
okay,
Danielle.
Matt Wyatt, Director, Planning and Development, Maria Seek, Administrative Public Health, and Candy Steinbach, epidemiologist, public health discussion and or decision on approval of opioid settlement funds to support opioid activities by preparedness coordinator. None of the above. What preparedness coordinator is.
Talked to Matt about this morning, so I don't know why he's not here. Kind of a position to coordinate between the two hospitals, provide that service, so. I'll move to approve it.
I will second that. We talked about this quite a bit.
So 14,000, is it like a quasi part-time person?
That 14 provides, I believe, Candy and one other person just to coordinate between the two hospitals for that. Preparedness. Additional cost, so. Better explanation, we can give Matt a call and find out why he's not here.
Okay. Okay, any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposite,
There's
like,
Matt right there.
well, you're up.
Just voted on it.
Already got it.
With the 14,050 bucks.
You really on us already?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
We get out there eating donuts.
Meeting starts at 10.
You were just sitting right outside. I didn't think there was room in here.
There's always room for you guys.
So yeah, we're here today. The vote today was for some opioid funds to assist us with our hospital preparedness grant that we were awarded from the state. And that is Akeem Bannister. You met him earlier. Who came on with us. So he's going to be working with the two hospitals on their preparedness plans for large scale events in our area. And as a part of the opioid preparedness plan, one of the goals and objectives in there was we found out through the planning process, the hospitals already are doing some data tracking internally of themselves. But they operate on different systems and those systems they're not going to speak with one another. And so Akeem will be able to help gather that data and transfer it into a usable format for us to be able to pass along to our first responders, law enforcement individuals, as well as work with the hospitals just on their opioid preparedness trainings as well. So we felt like it was a really good fit to help align us with this grant that we already were awarded. And doing a great job kicking out so far.
So we got a grant from the state. Is that through their opioid settlement monies, the state's monies?
These are different funds than that. This was an ongoing grant that had been previously done by another health department process, and we won it for this 5-year cycle. July 1 kicks off our first year of our grant that we were awarded.
But the grant's for opioid activities, but it's not part of our opioid money. It's the state's.
It is not for opioid activities. It is for hospital preparedness
It
programs.
says right here, support opioid activities.
That's what we're asking for opioid funding from the county to help us support those activities in combination with this.
So this is matching the grant, the 1450 bucks.
It would be a portion of a match, but it's not matching. You
So-
get $82,000 a year from the state.
Okay, so 82 from the state, and we're putting in 14,000.
Correct.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's just to talk to both hospitals.
Hospital preparedness, yep.
Man, I got a question. How big of a problem is opioid in Ottawa? Yeah, I think we've discussed this before, but just as a reminder.
Through the planning process, one of the things that came out of that was that the data is not really there to show us the exact extent of the opioid problem in Potawatomi County. And we have to, our role in this is going to be to help pull all the data together from the different agencies that are working in this to give a clearer picture of what's happening.
Okay, all right, appreciate it.
Okay, so we had a motion and a second. You guys still concur, right?
Yes,
Did we vote already?
You did.
Okay.
Yes.
We approved. Okay,
I appreciate it very much.
appreciate your patience. Okay, other business. Dixie Wilson's accounting technician, auditor's office, discussion and or decision to allow, disallow the following applications made to the assessor's office. Homestead, approximately 148 recommended, allowed, 1 recommended disallowed. Military, 15 recommended allowed, 0 recommended disallowed. Disabled veterans, homestead, 11 recommended allowed, 0 recommended disallowed. Family farm, 3 recommended allowed and 0 recommended disallowed.
So move.
second,
Dixie, the only one that looked like that, was disallowed was the, they had a mailing address change, so their
Correct.
tax statement's being sent somewhere else, I think.
Correct.
Okay.
Any other
every year
discussion?
we have that, don't we?
Almost every time we have it, because that's one of those that people can sometimes call and explain their situation, and it might change, but it has to be their primary residence.
Right.
Yeah, so if they're having their ailing parents sent to a child's address because the parent can't take care of their things, as long as they explain the situation and,
Right.
we wouldn't take it away for something like that.
Thank
Any other questions?
Dixie,
Uh-huh.
appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Hearing none, motion passes. Okay, Lee Boss Treasurer, discussion and or decision to approve tax suspensions pursuant to Iowa Code Section 427.9 for property located at 830 4th Avenue, Council Bluffs.
Morning.
Morning.
The property is not listed in the assisted person's name. It's in a trust. According to 427.9, the property has to be in the assisted person's name.
It's like
And I
apartment.
concurred with Kristen, but I told her in my fossil years, I've never done it
For a trust.
for a report. Yeah, only the person that is being assisted by SS.
So you recommended denial.
Correct.
I'll make a motion to deny.
I'll second that.
Any other discussion?
They may come back in any other way.
They would only have to put the property in the assisted's name. Would be the only way that they could. And in the trust, the trustees are listed. She was not one of them, but I don't think, according to what Kristen and I discussed, that would even matter because it's in the name of a trust.
Thank you, Lee.
Okay, any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say, or all those in favor say aye. Aye. Those
Aye.
opposed, like sign. Hearing none, motion passes. Okay,
Yesterday, just for your information, I took in $1.8 million, just so you know.
Oh,
You're welcome. You're welcome.
thanks, Lee.
Welcome.
You got a good team down there.
Just to cheer you up.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, committee appointments, yeah,
None.
okay, Brian,
We had VA was last week, and then the conservation, and WIDA. Or something later in the week, I can't remember, didn't write it down. That's it.
Yep.
Just a question, are we going to, this is probably more for, well, for Mary Ann too, but when are we going to post that, parking lot spaces and reservations for everybody to see so they know who gets to park where and who can't park there?
So per Chairman Belt's request, he wanted me to bring the map today to make sure that all three of you knew where your parking spaces were going to be, because Supervisor Miller wants to continue to park where she is now and not in the new lot. And so so after the meeting, I have the map. When we get that squared away, then I believe we'll make the rest of it public.
Okay.
Is that big map Brad brought in? Okay,
I had Janice make some changes to it.
okay.
I had arranged through the judge upstairs for their parking spots and their employee parking spots, so. Hopefully that resolves the people in the handicap parking spots out front, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, I didn't have nothing last week, I don't believe. I can't recall. Okay. We're sitting until 11 o'clock, is that right?
Public comments?
Public comments? And there are none.
Okay, then I'll just make a temporarily adjourn till 11. Is that what you want?
Sounds good. I can't start till 11.
Okay. Give it a second.
Are we having closed session today?
Could do that first if you wanted to. It's your call.
Well, fine with me.
Along with that last, Matt.
I have hour.
And a half hour. Your call. I don't mind if we wait until afterwards either.
All right, then, I'll make a motion, we go into closed session pursuant to Iowa Code 21.5, parent 1, parent C, for pending or potential litigation.
Second?
Question? Hearing none, roll call.
Chairman Belt,
Aye.
Supervisor Wickman,
Aye.
Supervisor Miller,
Aye.
Supervisor Shea,
Aye.
Supervisor Jorgensen.
Aye.